All right, let's jump right into something that seems simple, but trips up almost everyone learning English. And, plenty of native speakers too, honestly.
Oh, absolutely. It's that persistent question, isn't it? When do you use good and when do you use well?
Exactly. We were digging into a really clear guide on this kind of like a cheat sheet for getting it right. And our mission for this deep dive is, well, to pull out the key ideas, the things that make it click, so you can stop second-guessing yourself.
Yeah, and just sound more natural.
Because you are definitely not alone if this one feels confusing.
Not at all. And looking at the material, what really stands out is the fundamental difference. Think of good. It's almost always an adjective.
Okay, right. So it describes a noun, like a person, a place, or a thing.
Precisely. And well, that's usually your adverb. It describes a verb, an action. It tells you how something is done.
The classic example they used, I thought it made it instantly clear. She is a good dancer.
Right.
So good tells you about the noun dancer.
Exactly. But if you're talking about her action, how she dances.
And you say she dances well.
Yes. Well describes the verb dances. It's about the performance, you see.
So the core rule, the takeaway we're seeing is use good when you're describing what something is, the quality of a thing or a person, and use well when you're describing how an action gets done.
And that simple rule helps clear up a lot of common mistakes. Like, you wouldn't say, I play the piano good.
Right. Because play, that's the verb, so it has to be, I play the piano well.
Exactly right. Or another one, he speaks Spanish good.
Nope. It's, he speaks Spanish well. Again, describing the action, the speaks.
Yeah.
Now, here's one I've heard sometimes that sounds almost right. She is well at singing.
Ah, yeah, that's a tricky one. Because you're describing her or her ability, you need a slightly different structure.
Okay.
You'd say, she is a good singer.
Yeah.
Good describes the noun singer.
Or.
Or, she sings well. Well describes the verb sings.
Yeah.
You see the difference? Describing the person versus describing the action.
Got it. Okay. Noun versus verb, what versus how, makes sense. But there's a big exception, right? Health.
Absolutely. This is where well kind of behaves differently.
Yeah.
It's a key point in the guide. When someone asks, how are you?
Right.
Both I'm good and I'm well can be correct, but they often mean slightly different things.
Okay, so I'm good is usually just feeling fine, maybe happy, general state.
Yeah, like generally all right, but I'm well,
Yeah.
especially in response to that question, specifically tends to mean I'm healthy, I'm not sick.
Oh, okay. That's the standard health meaning.
Yes.
And that leads to another really confusing bit, especially with the word doing. This one took me ages. Like, I'm doing good.
Oh, yes. That's a classic mix-up. If you say I'm doing good, traditionally it means you're actively performing good deeds. Helping others, being virtuous.
Right. Like doing good works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm doing well,
Yeah.
that's when used to mean you're succeeding or you're healthy or just that things are going fine in your life.
So that health connection pops up again, even with doing.
It does. It really highlights how well connects to a state of being, like health, or a state of progress, like succeeding.
Okay, this is clicking. So let's try a quick review, like the guide suggested. Let's see if you at home can figure out good or well here. Ready?
Okay, first one. He cooks really. Think. Describing the cooking or the cook.
Next. She is writer, the person or the action.
They run very English in the mornings. How they run or the runners themselves.
My English is now, describing English itself or how it's used.
And last one. I don't feel today. Remember that exception.
Okay, let's quickly check those against the guide's logic.
First one. He cooks really well.
Yeah.
You're describing the verb cooks.
She is a good writer, describing the noun writer.
They run very well in the mornings. Describing the verb run. How they do it.
My English is good now, describing the thing, English.
And finally, I don't feel well today. That's the health exception kicking in.
Yeah, so it seems pretty consistent. The main thing is that rule of thumb.
Exactly. Just ask yourself, am I describing a thing or a person? Use good.
Or am I describing how someone does something, an action?
Then use well. And just keep that health exception tucked away.
Understanding this really does make a difference, doesn't it? Helps you communicate more clearly, sound, well, more natural.
Absolutely. And how do you actually get better? The best advice we saw, honestly, is just to start noticing. Pay attention.
When you're reading, when you're listening to English, just see how people use good and well.
context really shows you how it works. See how native speakers use them, and you'll start to absorb the patterns. It becomes more intuitive.
Yeah. And hey, you're already doing well just by taking the time to think about this stuff. Keep listening, keep reading, and these little things will start to click into place.